Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing another Craigslist rescue / adoption. My mom keeps telling me that I need to stay the F off of Craigslist, and she's probably right, but I can't. I posted about this on my Instagram stories, on my pet Instagram. I was on Craigslist about 2 days ago, and I saw that there were 5 hermit crabs for free. I've always been super fascinated by hermit crabs, but I've never had one because I told myself that I would never purchase one from a store and support the hermit crab industry or crab industry in general.
You're looking at thousands of hermit crabs, crammed into dirty, barren pens with nowhere to hide. Buried beneath other crabs, many were unable to get to food or water. This and more is what a PETA observer found inside Brayleon Corporation, a hermit crab dealer that claims to supply PetSmart and Petco, as well as many beach town souvenir shops.
For the most part, almost every single hermit crab that you see in a pet store, in a mall, at a swap meet, has been stolen from the wild, where they are living a wonderful, awesome life on a beach. When hermit crabs go to reproduce, they return to the ocean to do so. So I have read that very few actually breed in captivity. So, and I don't know if any really do, because most websites that I've read say that they do not at all. Also, the process to get them into these like really cute painted shells that you see in stores is absolutely horrible and really stresses the crab out. They actually crack their shells off of them because usually the shells that they're in the wild aren't as pretty as people want them to be. And then they force them to inhabit a painted shell, which slowly kills them. All the paint and all that kind of stuff is not good for the hermit crab. So that was one thing. So I told myself, if I ever see one for adoption or that needs a home, I'm gonna be there. It never even occurred to me that there are groups on Facebook where there actually are hermit crabs up for adoption. I just recently learned this. Susie Q Rose actually follows me on my animal Instagram, and she is one of the people that guessed that I was getting a hermit crab because I just gave the hint. I was like, they can live 30 years and beyond. She told me about the group Land Hermit Crab Owners Society, which seems to be a really awesome group. So I started speaking to the person that was giving these away on Craigslist for free, and it was very hard to communicate with them. And as it turns out, they are special needs, so it was definitely difficult to get information and communicate in a helpful way for both of us. We tried our best, and then finally picked up the little guys today. So there are 5 of them. I was told that the tank that they were, the temporary enclosure that they were in the pictures are because their other tank broke. Either way, I don't know how long that they were in the plastic container. Like I said, it was really hard to kind of get information from this person, which I understand, but it didn't make it easier for me by any means. So I joined this Facebook group yesterday, and I finally got approved today. Unfortunately, I didn't get approved until after I had already gone to the pet store. I realized that supporting PetSmart and Petco is not great, but when you're in a pinch and you need to provide things for the animal, what other choice do I have? It's not like I had time to prepare or anything like that. So I have actually had a Pinterest board for a hermit crab enclosure for over 2 years. I am not claiming to be a hermit crab expert. I simply am just someone who absolutely loves animals and really wants to help these guys out. And when I see an animal in need, I don't care if I know nothing about it. I don't care if it's an animal that I'm not interested in owning. I will help that animal and do everything in my power to make sure that it is safe, loved, and cared for the way that it should be. Please keep that in mind while watching this video. This video is kind of this journey. It's not really how to set up for a hermit crab. It's more like me setting up the enclosure based on the knowledge that I know. So I actually did subscribe to somebody on YouTube, Lori's Heartland. So she has hermit crabs that she's had for over 10 years. And so I have been binge watching a lot of her videos, and she's very knowledgeable. So I'll link you guys to her in the description box below. So basically all of the content that I do on hermit crabs from here on out is going to be me learning, and I'm definitely open to any suggestions or creative criticism, I meant positive criticism that you have for me. All I ask is that you give it kindly, because Like I said, I'm just someone who loves animals, who saw these guys in need. I'm trying my absolute best to do everything that I can to do everything the right way. I realize that an Exoterra tank for these guys, as I'm learning through the comments on this group, is not the best because it doesn't offer a deep enough substrate. As far as I know, Lori's Heartland uses an Exoterra, and I did measure, and you can get 6 inches of substrate in there, and all of these crabs that I got are actually quite tiny. According to everything that I've read, it should be totally fine as of now. As they grow, you need to have basically, I guess the rule of thumb is however big the shell is, you need, like if the 3 of those were stacked on top of one another, that's how much substrate you need. So like I said, I didn't get some of the information from this group until after I'd already joined it. So after I had already started putting the soil in, which you'll see, and I'll include in the video just because that's how I would have set it up if I wasn't using the PPS method, I believe it's called. I will link that video for you as well. Basically, it's a way to acclimate them to their new enclosure if they were in a bad setup before. Like I said, the communication was difficult with this person through Craigslist, which is okay, but I just don't have a lot of information. I don't know if they had heat. I don't know if they had UVB. So that's what we're gonna do today, and you'll see me kind of filling up the enclosure much too full. The PPS method includes kind of just using a minimal amount of soil and some different things like that, which I'll kind of go over, but I'm not gonna go fully into depth on that. I'll leave that link to that video below. So if you're thinking about getting a hermit crab, I highly suggest looking for one that needs a new home rather than purchasing from a pet store, because your money is a vote. Every dollar is a vote, and when you spend your money on something in a pet store, an animal from a pet store, you're telling the pet store that they should go buy more of those things because they're in demand. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the video, and I'll kind of show you how I set up the enclosure. I'm gonna leave this enclosure with the PPS method as the 30-day method, so we'll do that, and then I'll actually make another video once I've gained some more knowledge and insight onto how a hermit crab enclosure should be set up. I will then do another video kind of redoing the enclosure after I finally get some things in the mail that I know that I need and want now. I'm so excited to get these little guys in there and get them a nice meal and get myself a beer while we're at it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Here are the crabs. They must be pretty small because if you can see my hand, this is a pretty tiny container, and supposedly there's 5 in here. I'm not gonna dig them up, but I'm gonna go ahead and get their cage ready, and yeah, it looks like they've got coconut and bee pollen. I was feeding them coconut, peanut butter, veggie calcium, fruit, honey, bee pollen, boiled eggs, dried chicken, mealworm shrimp, raw shrimp. So cute. That was really sweet. This is some other stuff that I had pulled out to put in the enclosure. Obviously I'm not gonna do any hides right now because of the PPS method. I have strips of this, and that might be really good to put into this one and into that one. This piece of wood I was gonna put in there. I think they would have a blast. All right, so obviously I'm gonna get some better methods for all this stuff, but I got these for now so that they can get in and out. I'll get this to work. I mean, this wood should be enough. Especially if I build this up over here. For the hygrometer and the temp gauge, I'm going to go ahead and put this up here in the center of the tank. I also have one of these to help me with ambient temperature. I need to add a light still, but I'm gonna cover the top of this tank with some aluminum foil so that we can keep in the moisture and the heat as recommended by the video that I watched. So it is currently 70 degrees in here. My thermostat says it's 74 degrees inside right now, and this says 71. So we're kind of right there. By the way, I'm at home all day, every day, and I'm gonna be walking by this tank a lot. And so I'm gonna be able to monitor this very closely. I got this from the store because it's all that they had, but the hermit crab group that I joined recommends something else entirely. But for now, I'm gonna be doing this. Per 8 fluid ounces of water, you're gonna need 1 teaspoon of this product. So this is a gallon of tap water, so it's 128 ounces. divided by 8 equals 16. So we need 16 teaspoons, and 16 teaspoons equals 5.33 tablespoons. So we're gonna do exactly that. These are some of the shells that the crabs came with. So I actually haven't seen the crabs yet, so I don't know what size they are gonna need. So for now, I'm gonna put a few handfuls in there and just see how it goes. Don't really know. I see people on Pinterest just putting these in like a bin. I don't know if that's an easy way for the hermit crabs to get to them or not. So I'm just gonna do the best that I can for now until I learn a little bit more. I'm gonna go ahead and fill up the salt water. Okay, so I wasn't filming that on accident. I just bought this at the store, so I'm gonna go ahead and, well, I already did. I put it in here. It's not quite enough, but I already have treated and always have on hand Reptisafe water that I use for my bullfrog and all my reptiles. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill up the rest of that with that. I also recommend labeling all of your containers so that there are no accidents. You know what I forgot to get at the store today is a cuddle bone. I've read that they really need those, so I am gonna go out as soon as I can to get one of those. Here's some food. I wanted this to be easy enough for them to get in and out of. This is some nuts right here, which this is almonds, I believe. I forgot, I had it over there. I have the food safe list up, so all of this is on there. Nutri-Grubs that are dried. This is some chard that I actually grew in my garden. Organic blueberries, organic raspberry. This is freeze-dried salmon and a little bit of oats. Now, I'm still learning about the diet. I actually have purchased a couple different recipes from some reputable Etsy sites. The list of stuff they can't eat is much, much smaller. I think I might need a bit more protein in the diet, but if you have any sites that you really like with diet recipes and whatnot, please let me know. Here is what we have so far. I put a couple rocks in here just in case this doesn't really work. It doesn't seem like the most sturdy. Got the food in here, and then I built up some more rocks over here just in case they're trying to get in from a different way and don't figure this part out yet. I'm gonna spray this down again, and hopefully we'll be ready to put the Hermes in here. Okie dokie, that is so cute. They're like exploring the cage. It looks so cool. I love it. I'm gonna take as good of care of them as I possibly can. And like I said, if you guys have any tips for me, I am, please, by all means, let me know. Drop some links below if you have anything favorited that you've really gained a lot of good knowledge from, anything like that. I'd love to hear about it. I want to soak it up like a sponge. And if I'm missing anything in my tank, I know that I should have a sponge in there for humidity once we get through the PPS. I need a sponge and a cuddle bone. I'll get a cuddle bone hopefully tomorrow. And I know there's some really awesome people making really great hermit crab food on Etsy. So if you have any favorites, let me know there as well. So thank you in advance for the tips and the tricks that you're giving me. And I will hopefully see you guys on the hermit crab group on Facebook if you are a hermit crab owner or you'd like to own one. Thank you guys so much for watching and supporting my channel. I am able to purchase these items for these animals, and I am able to give them everything that they need and more because of the money I earn from my AdSense revenue here. So thank you guys so much for watching and just spending some time on my channel. I really appreciate it, and so do the animals. Hope you guys are staying safe, sane, and I have some updated content over on my beauty channel, so check that out if you want to keep watching. We'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.